Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Friends, good news. It's time for some Saturday morning React-TOONS, this time featuring Avatar, The Last Airbender, Book 1, Chapter 5, The King of Omashu. Friends, I have been absolutely loving this series so far, the animated martial arts and their authenticity. I've said it once, I'll say it a million more times. It has been absolutely mind-bending. I can't wait to see what they do next, so wait no longer, we shall. If you could do me a quick favor though and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and it allows me to alert you next time it's time for Avatar or any of our Saturday morning React-TOONS. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's time to watch Avatar, The Last Airbender, Book 1, Chapter 5, The King of Omashu. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go!
But when the world needed him most, he vanished.
Like a fart in the wind. Boy, he sent out a signal flare with that.
The Earth Kingdom city
I
of
love the flutes,
Omashu.
too. Earth Kingdom. Oh, wow.
We don't have cities like this in the South Pole.
They have buildings here that don't melt. You need a disguise.
So what am I supposed to do? Grow a mustache? Oh, this is so itchy.
We're really trying this?
Now let's get to skipping, young whippersnappers. The big city awaits.
I'm sure that'll hold up under scrutiny.
You guys are gonna love Omashu. The people here are the friendliest in the world.
Rotten cabbages? What kind of slum do you think this is?
Water Tribe, Earth Kingdom, Fire Nation, and Air Nomads, right?
State your business.
Bender.
Name's Bonzu, Pippin Pedalopsicopolis the third, and these are my grandkids.
Hi, June Pippin Paddleopsicopolis.
Oh, nice.
See that your grandfather stays out of trouble. Enjoy Omashu.
We will.
Boy, she slid right into that lie, didn't she?
You're a strong young boy. Show some respect for the elderly and carry your grandfather's bag.
Good idea.
I thought they were going to conscript him. Because, I mean, I'm led to believe that the Earth Kingdom is basically leading the fight against the Fire Nation. They're all that's left, right? Momo needs to get down a little bit.
New delivery system. Miles and miles of tubes and chutes.
Really?
Earthbending brings the packages up, and gravity brings them down.
Gravity.
But my friend Bumi found a better use for these chutes.
Ride him.
Look around you. What do you see? The mail system? Instead of seeing what they want you to see.
So he mirrored Bumi's haircut. Got it. That's why I say he was Bumi the Third. Got it.
The world's greatest super slide. Bumi, you're a mad genius.
Bumi, you got yourself a snort.
One ride, then we're off to the North Pole. Airbender's honor.
This sounded like fun at first, but now that I'm here, I'm starting to have seconds.
Here we go. Yeah, you sort of don't want to run into that one. Everybody duck, everybody duck.
Men, you'll be going off to combat soon. It's important that you be prepared for anything.
I like the freeze frame. You're causing massive destruction. I'm sure this is going to be no problem whatsoever.
Airbending! Yeah, good idea!
And reveal yourself to everybody. This seems like a terrible idea because you don't know, in the 100 years since you've been here, this might have been outlawed. Well, life was good. And now you're revealing your airbending powers to everyone in the city. Guys, this is not a good idea. I mean, I hope we have a couple $1,000,000 to repair this place.
My cabbages! You're gonna pay for this!
Yeah, I think they are. Is that Bumi? Let me see the teeth.
What is your judgment, sire?
See those teeth?
Throw them! A feast!
Yep, it's him.
Thanks, but I don't eat meat.
How about you? I bet you like meat.
He eats meat.
I'm from Kangaroo Island.
Oh, Kangaroo Island, eh? I hear that place is really hopping.
I liked it.
Guess it's time to hit the hay. There's an airbender in our presence, and not just any airbender. The Avatar.
Avatar.
Now, what do you have to say for yourself, Mr. Pippin Paddleopsicopoulos?
Because Bumi had that gap, and that guy has a gap too, so.
No firebenders here. So, good work, everybody. Love each other, respect all life, and don't run with your spears. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Tomorrow, the Avatar will face 3 deadly challenges. But for now, the guards will show you to your chamber. The newly refurbished chamber.
Wait, which one are we talking about?
The one that used to be the bad chamber. Until the recent refurbishing, that is.
No, it's the good chamber.
Take them to the refurbished chamber that was once bad.
Likes that lettuce.
This is a
That's awesome. They just.
I wonder what these challenges are gonna be.
We're not sticking around to find out. There's gotta be some way out of here.
The air vents!
If you think we're gonna fit through there, you're crazier than that king.
We can't, but Momo can.
There aren't any doors.
Go on, boy.
I think
Get up!
Momo had too many of those pastries, or whatever those things were.
Get some rest, Dang. Looks like you'll need it for tomorrow.
I mean, they're at war too. I mean, they could easily put him through these tests and conscript him to go fight the Fire Nation.
The king will free them if you complete your challenges.
And if I fail?
He didn't say. Your staff, please.
Can't have your staff?
What do you think of my new outfit? I want your honest opinion.
It's very purple.
I guess it's fine.
Excellent. You've passed the first test.
Really?
Well,
Well, that's easy.
those delightful rings are made of pure genomite, also known as creeping crystal. It's crystal that grows remarkably fast. By nightfall, your friends will be completely covered in it.
What?
I'll do what you want.
You're not getting a lot of friends here, King.
It seems I've lost my lunchbox key and I'm hungry.
It's like a Money in the Bank match.
Ooh, climbing the ladder. No one's thought of that before.
He can't waterbend the. Oh. Woo! Death from above. I like it. You're gonna have to waterbend, dude. Can you move it out of the water? There we go.
There!
Nice job.
Daddy wants a kiss from Flopsy.
Come here, Flopsy.
That's Flopsy, eh? Or that is Flopsy. Which one's Flopsy? Because, I mean, this one, the big one, also has floppy ears and could easily be named Flopsy as well.
Wait a minute. Flopsy?
That's a good boy, yes.
Flopsy is tired.
Guys, are you okay?
Other than the crystals slowly encasing my entire body, doing great.
Yeah, this is going much faster than we were promised.
Your final test is a duel. And as a special treat, you may choose your opponent.
That guy sort of looks like Prince Zuko. I would not pick him.
So you're saying whoever I point to, that's the person I get to fight?
Just gonna point at you.
Choose you.
Wrong choice.
My man's ripped. Oh, did you see the stance? Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to see the Earth Kingdom martial arts.
You thought I was a frail old man, but I'm the most powerful earthbender you'll ever see.
Great.
You might need this.
I like his gray pit hair that they are accentuating.
Typical airbender tactic. Avoid and evade. I'd hope the avatar would be less predictable.
That's awesome. That stomp and the stance.
Sooner or later, you'll have to strike back.
Wow, he is super powerful. Look at it.
Did someone leave the windows open? It feels a little drafty in here.
I like the smack talk between benders. I love watching them fight.
How are you going to get me from way over there?
What do you got, Aang? Come on. I mean, each of the elements have so many interesting things they can do. There you go. Woo! Look at that! Oh my god! Oh, dear God. It's almost like telekinesis. Like they're just lifting this rock. Yeah, Aang. Oh, great move, kid. It's a draw.
You fight with much fire in your heart.
That's awesome. So they can like teleport through the ground too. Dear God.
Now, you must answer one question.
That's not fair.
Who am I?
Answer this one question, and I will set your friends free. What is my name?
Bumi.
I got it!
Yeah?
He's an earthbender, right? Rocky. You know, because of all the rocks.
We're gonna keep trying, but that is a good backup.
That is a good backup.
To solve each test, I had to think differently than I usually would. I know his name. As you said a long time ago, I had to open my brain to the possibilities. Bumi, you're a mad genius.
You haven't changed a bit. Literally.
Over here!
Yeah, anybody?
Genomite is made of rock candy. Delicious.
They could have eaten their way out.
Why did you do all this instead of just telling Aang who you were?
It's pretty fun messing with people. But I do have a reason. Aang, you have a difficult task ahead.
He had to make sure he's ready.
It's the duty of the Avatar to restore balance to the world by defeating Fire Lord Ozai. You have much to learn.
Fire Lord. I think it's the first time we got his name.
And it looks like you're in good hands. You'll need your friends to help you defeat the Fire Nation. And you'll need Momo, too.
Thank you for your wisdom. But before we leave, I have a challenge for you.
We're gonna ride the thing. Here we go.
My cabbages!
This guy has no luck with his vegetables. None. All right, everybody, we just finished watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, Book 1, Water, Chapter 5, The King of Omashu, and the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just finished The King of Omashu, the 5th chapter of the first book, Water, of Avatar: The Last Airbender. There's a lot in that. This was just a really good understanding the world type of episode, making sure we had no interaction that I can remember other than the intro of what the Earth, the Earth Kingdom was going to be like, how they, what their benders were like. We knew they were at war. We knew they were pretty much kind of like the battleground, or at least the front lines against the Fire Nation. So this was our first time seeing their particular culture and their particular discipline and action with the Earth Kingdom, and or Earth bending, and having Bumi be the king, the most powerful one, show us what they're capable of. A couple things here. So obviously, I love the stances. I love how like solid and how he kind of kept like really like planning himself as he moved around. It was really, really awesome. Just the actual kind of movements that he did as an earthbender. But what I think this really did was it showed us like, oh, this is the most powerful earthbender, which means what's the most powerful firebender like? Because I mean, Bumi was incredibly powerful. That whole teleportation thing where he like fell backwards into the ground and then appeared up on the balcony. I mean, those are just really wildly, wildly powerful things that he can do. I mean, to be honest, we haven't seen Aang be able to do anything like that because I don't believe that Aang is a master airbender yet. I think he's really good, but I don't think he's necessarily a master of the airbending arts. Now, I might be wrong about that because he's very capable, but I still wouldn't say that, I mean, he's the last of the airbenders, but how would he rank if there were still, plenty of airbenders out there? Would he be the best airbender? I actually can't answer that. I would assume just because of his age that he wouldn't be, but he's also the Avatar and he was born into the air nomads. So would he already be a master of the airbending? I'm not sure. I would guess he's pretty good, but at the same time, I think there's room to grow in all the disciplines, including air for him. But again, I think this is obviously gives us a lot about the Earth Nation, but it's a reminder of how incredibly powerful bending in general is. And again, I really enjoy the idea that this is basically a tour for Aang. Aang's going back and kind of reinventing, or not reinventing so much as revisiting all of these places from his youth that he remembers visiting probably in just the past, on his time, year or two. I mean, he probably only saw Bumi a couple weeks or months or whatever before he was encased in the iceberg. So, going back and revisiting these things, I think it's an interesting way to kind of put Aang into the world, have the world slowly realize that the Avatar is back in play, but it's also a means for Aang to see the populace, like who he's actually protecting. I mean, the more that we learn about the King of Omashu and the warriors that we saw before, when we learn more and more about these people, more and more about these different places that he visits, we have a trail behind us of these popular NPCs, so to speak, that Aang remembers and enjoys and was friends with in Bumi's case. If something happens to them, if we get a report that Bumi was killed, that what is this guy's name? Fire Lord Ozai. That's the first time I think they've said Ozai. I remember them talking about, and I'm assuming that is the prince's dad. If that's the case, then I think it's the first time we've actually had a name, not just a title for him. And what he can do, I shudder to think, because if he's in, and again, I don't know what to think, because again, I fall back on my Kung Fu action theater training from way back in the day on Saturday afternoons. It doesn't necessarily mean if you're an older person that your Kung Fu or your martial arts, or in this case, your airbending, is weaker. In fact, some of the most powerful masters out there were the oldest of the martial artists in those movies. So again, Bumi might be like one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful person on the planet. So even if the Fire Lord is younger in age than him, I don't necessarily equate that with being like an advantage, because Bumi could again, if they're following that same kind of stereotype or that same type of trope that they have in the Kung Fu movies, age doesn't really matter. But we don't have that. We don't have any type of test for that yet. It's just a really cool way to tell a story individually. Like if you're watching this, I can see too when kids would watch this show, and I would have loved it as a kid because of the martial arts and all of this stuff. Watching it as a kid, there's an enjoyment element that's kind of straight, overt, to the point. Oh, Aang has to go through some challenges. Oh, it's his old buddy. He's still alive. Awesome. And then, the older you get and the more experience you have with these types of stories, I can easily see parents, who are watching this with their kids, looking at it and getting something different out of it, getting something not necessarily sinister, but more mature. There's a hint of danger at every point around here, and not just kind of hijinks. There's way more at play. There's way more at stake than just Aang becoming the Avatar or learning airbending, waterbending, earth, fire. There's a world at stake here, and the Fire Nation is definitely playing the role of conqueror, the role of the enemy in all of this. I'm not sure if they are yet. I mean, they come across as being the bad guys, but at the same time, I have to always put a pin in what would be a knee-jerk reaction, where you see somebody that the storytellers want you to think are the antagonists or the bad guys, but we don't know their motivations yet. And their motivations could spell something that honestly could make them look heroic or noble. Maybe maybe the Fire Nation has a prophecy, or they learned something that they need to conquer the world to protect it. You don't know. And again, I mean, obviously speculation there, but we can't assign, because even in the opening, what do we hear in the open? Everything was great. Everything was, well, I mean, as great as it could be. The world was, whirling along. Everything was fine. And then the Fire Nation decided that they wanted to conquer everything, and they started attacking the other three. Why? Because that seems wildly out of left field, that all of a sudden, you would. Now, again, we could have this Fire Lord Ozai decided, I want to rule everything. And I mean, it could just be that guy. One of those guys shows up. We've got a megalomaniac. He gets put in control of the Fire Nation, and then all of a sudden we're at war. It could be that simple, or it couldn't be. So we have to wait. We have to wait before we point our fingers and say, you're the bad guys and we're the good guys, and we're right and you're wrong. I don't think it's going to be that cut and dry. Regardless, and I'm trying to keep my comments a little bit shorter because I go on and on about these things, and I mentioned it at the beginning, I'll mention it now. A couple people said, please be careful taking notes when you're doing your first watch through, because there are a lot of subtle things that you need to catch, and whenever I get a warning like that from you all, I know that I need to heed it, because a non-spoilery warning needs to be listened to with a show that obviously, we just talked about it, it's got undercurrents, it's got its overt story, it's overt episodic kind of hijinks and fun, and then we've got a story beneath that one. And thank you, friends. I will definitely be paying a little bit more attention. I'll take all my notes in editing. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and allows me to alert you next time it's time for Saturday morning React-TOONS or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now unfortunately it's time to say goodbye from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So where should we say goodbye from? Well, friends, we talked about it. There's a story in your face, and then there's a story just beneath that. But in this particular moment, and in this particular time period, and the way that our mood happens to be right now, I think there's only one real place to say goodbye from, and this place is in the overt, in-your-face story, as we jump into one of the transport carts, and we ride with Aang and Bumi down that hellacious slide. So friends, make sure your stomach isn't left up there, because we're going down. Friends, until the next time we get to go up with Aang and his airbending and watch another chapter of this book, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.